Hurry it up, boys. We've got plenty of work to do.
Be right with you, Bull.
Howdy, how you doing, sir?
Fine.
My mount stumbled up the road here a piece. He's gone lame on me. I was wondering maybe I could stable him here until I can find a vet or something.
Oh, let's have a look at him. Boss! Boy of mine is as good as any vet around.
Looks like that little pony's in some pain.
Yeah, it's his right foreleg.
Take a little, boss. My sons Adam and Joe Cartwright.
Dev Farnham.
How are you?
Yeah. In relation to Davray Farnham, the preacher? You his boy?
That's right.
Well, I often heard your father preach. How is he?
He's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Terribly sorry.
Oh, I gotta go sometime.
Afraid I got some bad news for you. You got a broken bone in that foreleg. It ain't gonna heal. It's gonna get more and more painful.
Well, I guess there's only one thing to do.
Seems a terrible shame. He's a mighty good-looking pony. How long you had him?
2 or 3 years, I guess.
You want me to do it for you?
Why?
Well, normally a fella that's had the same mount for 2 or 3 years finds this sort of thing hard to do.
Well, not this fella.
He sure is a cool customer.
His father was known as a very warm-hearted man.
What do you think of him?
No, look, I can't afford him. I'm broke.
Oh, come on, you take the horse. You pay us for him when your luck runs a little better.
I don't want to owe anybody any money.
Well, come on, don't be so bullheaded about it. This is no country for a man on foot. You ought to know that.
I do know that. I was thinking maybe I could work out the price of the horse.
I say, that's not a bad idea. All of our men are out in a cattle drive.
I'll get at it. Put my gear in the bunkhouse and I'll get at it.
It's a strange one.
Well, we can use the help.
Hi, Dev. How are those blisters on your hands?
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, I brought you some salve. You put it on there. It's good for them. You're not used to ranch work, are you?
Nope.
What do you do ordinarily?
I'm a hunter.
Hunter, you're not going to find much game around these parts.
Oh, it depends upon what kind of game you're looking for.
A bounty hunter?
Yeah, does that shock you?
Doesn't shock me. Just surprises me a little, that's all. A minister's son.
Yeah, why?
Hunting down men, living alone, no friends.
That's what I like about him most.
I hope this salve helps.
You all right?
Well, sure. Well, what's the trouble?
Who's he?
Pete Burnside. Old Pete the Swamper, they call him. Cleanup man at one of the saloons.
Looks to me like his specialty's cleaning up bottles.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is. Come on, Pete. I'll get you home before you get in any more trouble.
It's okay, little Joe. I'm all right.
Well, we're just gonna take you home anyway.
Why don't you just leave him here? He's nothing but a drunk.
He's got a little shack in the alley. Help me with it. Come on, give me a hand with it.
Thanks, little Joe. I'm okay now.
Yeah, I know you're okay, Pete, but I think we'll just help you right inside anyway.
I don't need any help, little Joe.
It's our pleasure, Pete.
I don't need any help, little Joe.
No, not much, you don't. There you go.
That you, Pop?
Hey, Holly, how long you been in town?
Hello, little Joe. Pop, you promised.
Oh, I forgot, Holly.
Forgot what?
It's supposed to be a secret where I am, little Joe. You see, there's this here European nobleman that's been pestering me to marry him, and he just won't let me alone. He
Holly,
won't take no for an
please. Holly, please. Now, that's what got you in trouble before, because you just don't seem to want to tell the truth. Now, what's it all about? Are you running from the law?
No, honest. I'll swear to that on my mother's Bible.
Never mind, Holly. All right, Pete, what's it all about?
She never should have come here. It's the first place you'll look.
Who'll look?
Well, where else could I go but home? Little Joe, you can help me.
No, wait a minute, Holly.
Sure he will. The Cartwrights always help us.
And this wouldn't be any bother to you, little Joe. Now, all you have to do is hide me out at the Ponderosa.
Hide you?
It's the last time I'll ever ask anything of you, little Joe.
Oh, Holly, I've heard that so many times before.
Little Joe, you always know when I'm fibbing. Now look at me. I'm scared. Scared right through to the bone. If I can't turn to you,
All right, then tell me what it's all about.
I can't. Honest.
Holly, you want me to help you, but you won't tell me anything.
Little Joe, can't you please help me without asking questions?
All right. All right, you can stay at the Ponderosa a couple of days. We'll pick you up after dark. That way you can hide in the supply wagon.
Thank you, little Joe.
You want to thank me, Pete? You lay off the bottle. For Holly's sake.
I'll try.
Okay. We'll pick you up after we load supplies.
Little Joe, the Cartwrights I can trust, but how about him?
Oh, I'm just a hired hand, ma'am. I obey orders. Besides, I don't have any interest in your troubles.
Oh, boy, when there's trouble to be found, you can trust Holly Burnside to fly to it like a homing pigeon. And it's up to somebody else to get her out of it.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Why is it up to somebody else to help her? Why don't you let her scramble for herself?
Because she's Holly. She's a friend. Friends help other friends. That's what they're for.
Sounds to me like a good reason not to have friends.
Of course you can stay here, Holly, for as long as you like. We've missed you.
Thank you.
I think I'll get some coffee for everybody.
Hey, Pa, see if Hopsing has any of those cookies in the kitchen, will you?
Yeah.
Polly, what's the matter?
Oh, it's just these dizzy spells I keep getting. I am dead tired and would like to go to bed.
Dave, take Holly up to the room. I'll get your bag.
If I could just lean on you a little. No, guess all any woman wants is a man to lean on once in a while.
Today we're on our way to church in town. You want to ride along with us?
No.
Well, you mind spending a little time with Holly? She's still not feeling too well. It's kind of lonely for her.
Yeah, well, I do mind.
It scares you, doesn't it, though, when you feel yourself on the verge of liking somebody?
Oh? I wasn't aware I was even on the verge.
Not really. I seem to notice the last few days, if Holly so much as smiles at you, you find an excuse to get away from her.
You talking nonsense, boy?
I don't think so.
I do.
Then why do you object just to spending a little time with her?
Sunday's my day off. Why did you spend my day off nursemaiding?
Because you need the money. We'll pay extra wages if you just spend a little time with Holly.
Listen, that's fair enough.
All right, we're gonna leave right now. We promised Holly we'd see her father before church.
Don't let me detain you.
Joe, that's you and I go and check on Peter.
Right.
You two fellas go ahead on.
He's not another drunk.
Pete? It's Ben Cartwright. He's probably sleeping it off. I'll try again after church.
You done good, Pop. Now then, where's your daughter?
I keep telling you, I don't know.
Sure you do. Where is she?
I ain't seen her since you run off.
You know what? Right after you tell me where Holly is, I'm gonna buy you a big bottle of red-eye.
I don't want any.
Yes, sir. A whole bottle of red-eye. All for yourself. Nobody can say Jamie Boy Briggs hasn't a soft heart.
Soft heart, huh? Well, I heard different. I heard...
You know what a liar Holly is.
I don't know where she is. I don't know. I don't know!
You ain't gonna be so foolish as to not tell me what I want to know.
No. Jamie. No. Jamie, no. Jamie.
Hello.
Anything I can do for you?
Not a thing.
Okay.
I would like a little company, though.
All right. Gotta tell you, I'm not a very good conversationalist.
This is awful nice of you.
No, it isn't nice of me. I'm getting paid for this. Cartwright's giving me a full day's wages just to fetch and carry for you until they get back from church.
Did you have to tell me?
I like to keep the record straight.
I wish you hadn't. It'd be more fun to think you were visiting on your own.
I'm sorry.
Some conversation.
Listen, I told you that I wasn't very good at this.
Would you like to read to me? My eyes are tired from all the sewing.
If you'd like me to read to you.
Would you get my sewing basket? There's a book in it. You know, my eyes aren't really tired. The truth is, I never went to school long enough to learn to read good. I wonder why I fib so much.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I guess it's because I was always nothing. So I'd make these big lies up to make people think I was really something. Then I get to believe in the lies myself.
That's a Bible.
I take it with me wherever I go. It's the only thing I have of my mother's. The 23rd Psalm is my favorite.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. Amen.
Don't read it like that.
Like what?
Like you're making fun of it, like you don't believe it.
But I don't believe it.
You don't believe in the Bible?
That's right. Oh, don't worry. God isn't going to strike me down with a lightning bolt or anything like that.
What kind of upbringing did you have that you talk like that?
My father was a minister.
Minister? Well, then what happened to you?
Unto thee will I cry, O Lord, my rock. Be not silent to me, lest if thou be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit.
That's not the 23rd Psalm.
No, that's the 28th Psalm.
What's it mean?
It means to me that I called him, and he was stone deaf. And that I went down in the pit.
I hardly ever understand a word you say.
It's probably just as well.
But you know something? Dumb as I am, nothing that I am, I'd rather be me than you.
That's your privilege. You want me to read some more to you?
Listen.
What?
If you listen real hard, you can just barely hear the steeple bells from town. Church must be over.
Pete! Pete. Pete. He's been shot.
Let Holly know. I didn't tell.
What? What'd you say?
I'm just no good drunk, but I didn't tell. Oh.
Joe, you better tell Holly about this. Get the sheriff one.
Thank you.
Sheriff has a posse out looking for the killer.
They'll never catch him. Once he gets into that back country.
Holly. Who is he? Who's the killer?
I don't know.
Is it your husband?
I'm not married. Where'd you ever get an idea like that?
Holly, we all know that you're married.
Pop told you before he died?
No, he didn't tell anybody anything.
Well, then.
Anybody can see there was a wedding band on that hand not too long ago.
Then you knew all along. Why didn't you say something?
Well, we just thought you'd get around to telling us everything when you thought the time was right. Holly, I think the time is right now.
Maybe later. I have to be by myself a little while and think. What'll be done about the burying, little Joe?
I'll make all the arrangements for the funeral in Virginia City.
But then I can't go. I can't be seen.
All right, we'll bury your father here on the ranch if that's what you want.
Thank you, little Joe. And Dev,
Yes, ma'am.
will you please say a few words at the burying?
Me? No. You know how I feel about things like that.
Just the same, you're a minister's son, and you know how to do these things proper.
It's out of the question.
Pop deserves to be buried proper.
Yeah, but not by me.
Don't you worry about it, Holly. We'll make sure everything works out fine. What's the matter with you? Was that asking too much?
I'm quitting, Cartwright. You tell your father that I'll pay him what I owe on that horse as soon as I can get it.
We won't lose any sleep over it.
Well, in that case, I'll just be on my way then.
Do I know you?
No, I know you, Wetzel.
Where from?
Oh, 100 different towns, 100 different names, 100 different faces. But you're always the same. You're a slimy no good.
Oh, now, wait a minute, mister.
You know how I find you? I ask around town, who is the greediest, most gutless tin horn in this whole town? Well, in Virginia City, his name's Wetzel. He's got your face.
What do you got against me, mister?
I haven't got anything against you. I just want to talk a little business with you, that's all.
Business? What kind of business?
I'm a bounty hunter.
Oh?
You're gonna help me nail the man I'm after.
Who?
Jamie Boy Briggs.
I hadn't even heard he was back in town.
Well, he murdered a man this morning. I doubt if he's out advertising it.
He the one who killed Pete the Swamper?
Yep.
You sure?
I'm reasonably sure I'm not a judge.
Well, I'm not agreeing to anything, but there's no harm in listening.
All right. I was on Jamie Boy's trail. My luck went a little sour on me. Had to take myself a job. I knew that Jamie Boy's wife had run off from him. He's been looking for her ever since. I found his wife.
What good is that?
I figure that if he knows where she is, he'll come out of hiding.
And then you nail him.
Mm-hmm. That's a $5,000 nail, Wetzel. You get 1/5. That's $1,000 for doing your part.
My part, huh? It's about time we got around to talking about that.
All you have to do is tell Jamie Boy that his wife's out the Cartwright Ranch.
And just like that, he believes me, huh?
Well, he'll believe this.
A Bible?
That's Jamie Boy's wife's Bible. She takes that every place she goes. Open it up. Look at the name in the front there.
Holly Bell Burnside Briggs.
$1,000, Wetzel. When's the last time you ever saw $1,000?
It's been a long, long time.
You done real good. Jamie Boy ain't one to forget.
What about him? What are you doing? He'll hear you.
There's rope in my saddlebag. Go get it.
Holly? Holly! Where's Holly?
Holly's up in her room. Get her, Joe.
Right.
Easy. Easy.
All right.
Gas in your head.
I'm gonna be all right.
What happened? Deb, what happened?
Pa, Holly's not in her room.
Huh?
Holly's not in the room.
He's got a bad gash in his head. We'll get the boys to look for her. She didn't disappear into thin air.
Right.
So, when I came to, I was tied. Took me the whole rest of the night just to get myself free. Oh, boy. Wetzel. Double-crossed me. Do you know that right now I would have had Jamie Boy $5,000?
Oh, well, let's all cry about your losing the reward money. Never mind what happened to Holly.
Oh, listen. She got away from her husband once. She can do it again.
Well, it's going to be a little tougher for her this time.
What do you mean?
She's going to have a baby.
Yeah, Holly finally opened up last night at supper. She was hardly more than a child when she ran off and married Jamie Boy. And by the time she found out what kind of a fella he was, it was too late. Her one thought was to hide out until the baby was born so she could give it away for adoption.
Well, at least she has sense enough not to want to keep it.
Oh, no. She wants that child more than anything in the world. But she's willing to give it up just so that Jamie Boy can't ever get near it.
I see.
Let me ask you something, Dev. Would it have made the slightest bit of difference to you if you had known about the baby?
Look, I'm a bounty hunter. Bounty hunters can't afford to be sentimental.
That's what I thought.
You sure make it hard for a body to believe that you're your father's son.
Why?
Your father was a warm-hearted man, a God-fearing man.
Yeah. Preacher Farnham. Devery Farnham Sr. He was kind, he was generous. He devoted his whole life to helping other people. What did he get for it?
Well, now, I don't know. You never told me. What did he get for it?
Sunday morning, April 12th, 3 years ago. My father's holding a little church service out in a clearing. Frontier town, didn't have a church. You've heard my father preach, Mr. Cartwright.
It was a privilege.
Then, you know how eloquent he was and how sincere, how moving. He really believed.
Does that surprise you?
No, it didn't then. Not that morning. I believed, particularly that morning I believed. My father was so inspired. Just then, we dropped to our knees. Just then when the hosannas were the loudest. Just when we were all really feeling the Holy Spirit. Just then, the Indians attacked. I got a Tommy Hawk in the back of my neck. I was paralyzed, and my father, well, the Indians thought I was dead. But I was very much alive. I saw my father. Preacher Farnham killed. Preacher Farnham's wife killed. Preacher Farnham's 2 daughters killed. And Preacher Farnham's other son killed.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. Because I don't want it from anybody.
You mustn't blame the whole world for that.
No, no, not the world. God.
Dev.
Why not? You'd still worship a God who would allow that kind of thing to happen.
I don't think that's for me, or you, or any mortal man to judge.
God moves in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. That's what you're saying to me.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The only wonders I've ever seen are the devil's. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to get dressed. I got a lot of things to do.
Dev? If you find it so easy to believe in the devil, how come it's so hard for you to believe in God?
You following me, Cartwright? You soul savers. So don't give up easy, do you?
But you get one thing straight, Farnham. I'm not here to sing you any hymns. I've even given up trying to like you.
Well, then,
You're looking for Jamie Boy Briggs, and I'm trying to help Holly. I don't see any reason why we can't work together.
boy, I do.
What's your reason?
I like to travel alone, Cartwright.
Please, I don't want any trouble.
Why did you cross me, Wetzel?
I couldn't help myself. I made a slip, and right away Jamie Boy figured out that I was setting him up for somebody else. He made me tell him everything. All I want to do is get out of here.
Not just yet. Now, where is Jamie Boy, Wetzel?
I don't know. I swear I don't know.
You better give it to me straight, Wetzel.
Hold it.
Oh, boy, Cartwright. For the last time, will you just mind your own business?
And for the last time, what concerns Holly is my business.
Well, why don't you find your own trail?
Oh, I like yours better. So you might as well get used to having me around. All right, where is she?
He took her north to Reedville.
I want the truth.
You got it, Reedville.
All right. Then I'll just take you along with me. That way you'll be right there handy to deal with in case I don't come up with Jamie Boy.
Okay. The last time I saw them was in an old abandoned miner's cabin about 20 miles south of here. On the old Canyon Trail.
Thanks a lot for your valuable assistance.
Jamie Boy's wife, is she all right?
Yeah, she's kind of weak and tired. Even Jamie Boy knows that. That's why they ain't traveling. They're resting instead of heading right for the border.
How come they let you go?
I'm supposed to be bringing them food supplies. All I want to do is get out of here.
You're coming with me.
With us.
What about the bounty?
Oh, it's all yours, Dev. I don't want any part of it.
Me neither. You can forget about the $1,000 as long as I don't have to go with you.
I've already forgotten about that. You're coming along.
Are you that afraid of Jamie Boy?
You know what a life means to Jamie Boy? A fly to be swatted. Something that crawls out of a rock to be stomped on.
The image of his pa, that's what he'll be.
And we'll be pals, me and the kid. I'll teach him everything I know.
How to change the brand on a Russell steer. How to carve notches on a gun.
We'll understand each other, me and the kid. I won't even have to tell him what to do. He'll just know somehow and do it.
Suppose he's not like you. Suppose he has a mind of his own.
Then I'll just have to learn him better is all.
I wonder what's keeping Wetzel. I'm hungry.
Get back on your horse, Wetzel.
Give me a couple of more minutes, will you, mister?
Get back on your horse, Wetzel.
Give him a minute. He's not used to this pace.
Thanks, mister.
Noble Cartwright heart bleeds for scum like that?
Oh, why is he scum? Because he double-crossed you?
That's a pretty good reason.
Is it any worse than what you did to Holly, using her as bait to catch her own husband?
Kind of playing with fire, ain't you, mister? Prodding him like that, he just could get real riled.
I hope so. Even anger would be a step in the right direction for a man who's given up feeling anymore.
the horse out there somewhere. So do I.
See, I told you he was here. What about me now?
What about you?
Well, can't I leave now? Please. I'm no good. I'm no good in a fight. Just thinking about flying lead makes me all sick inside. Let me go. Please, let me go.
All right, you can go. You just be real quiet about it, Wetzel.
Sure. Sure. Anything you say.
How come?
He's just gonna get in the way.
I had a funny feeling you felt sorry for him.
Did you? Jane Boy's picked himself a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. There's no cover.
Well, got any suggestions?
Well, I could come in from the front. Zigzag from rock to rock, try to keep his attention on me. That way he might be able to sneak in from the side without being seen.
You'd be taking a pretty big chance after what's good with that guy. Yeah. I'll do
You better hurry up, Deb. The stage will be pulling right out.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright.
Have you? Let's hear from you now.
Yes, sir. Good luck there, little Joe.
Holly, you seem a little anxious to get Dev on that stage.
Well, the way I figure it, the quicker he gets through divinity school, the quicker he'll be back in Virginia City.
Well, I wouldn't count on that, Holly. After all, Dev hasn't said a word about returning here.
Oh, you don't know everything, little Joe. Dev and I have a secret understanding.
Did you hear that? She's still at it. She's still telling those stories.
I'm not a gambling man, Joe, but I'd be willing to place a little bet that that was no story.
No bet.
That's what I figured.
Hey. Boss.
Mommy, can we go to the picnic?
We'll see, dear.
Please, Billy Hammermill's going.
We'll see, Peggy. Now, you get into the wagon. We still have a long way to go.
Tell you what, Peggy, if you'll be my partner in the sack race, I'll take you to the picnic, and your mother, too.
Will you? Will you really, Adam?
It's a promise.
Can we, Mommy?
Oh, please put that on my account, Mr. Anderson.
Hello, Miss Dayton. Mr. Cartwright.
Ladies?
We thought we'd be hearing an announcement from you two before this.
Yeah, it was one of the hottest days on record. It's not official, but that's what everybody's saying.
They're not fooling me one bit. There goes the next Mrs. Cartwright. Well, I should hope so. The way that young man's been monopolizing her time since her husband died.
Wonder which one's doing all the hesitating.
Well, the man, my dear. As usual.
Looks like I'm having an extra bundle to carry in.
Thank you, Adam. But I suppose you really shouldn't come in at all.
Yes, I suppose a woman in your position is very vulnerable to gossip. Especially when she's seen keeping company with a man too long.
I'm afraid it's something we both have to think about, though. Not to please those silly gossips, but so be able to decide these things for ourselves.
I assure you, my intentions are strictly honorable, ma'am.
So are mine.
Hey, do you like your front door?
I'm sure I closed it when I left.
Don't shoot. Unless you want to get rid of Laura's favorite aunt.
Aunt Lil! Laura! Oh, Aunt Lil, what a wonderful surprise.
Aunt Lil!
Oh, baby.
How about it, Aunt Lil? Can you spare one?
Adam, I'd like you to meet my Aunt Lil.
Call me Lil, Adam. Aunt Lil sounds like someone bent over a hot stove stirring pea soup.
Actually, she's my fairy godmother. She always turns up at the right time.
You gotta quit polishing those lamps, honey. Well, come on in. Make yourself at home.
No, I better get on back and see if the ranch is still there. But it was nice meeting you, Lil.
Same here.
Laura, can I give you a hand with the things?
Oh, no, thanks. We'll manage.
Don't forget about the picnic.
I won't.
Now, you go upstairs to your room and you'll find something there that was not there this morning. So that was the stubborn mule.
I'll get some coffee started.
Never mind that. You tell me what's wrong.
Wrong? Well, nothing's wrong. Whatever gave you that idea?
Your last letter. Little things I read between those brave lines.
Peggy and I are getting along fine.
Laura, this is your Aunt Lil, and I've come a long way.
I know you have. And I'm very glad you're here. Well, maybe the ranch is beginning to get me down.
It is a tough job for a woman, especially a woman who works with her heart on her sleeve.
Now, Lil.
Don't now Lil me. Tell me the truth. Of course, I know he's a good-looking guy, but I've seen them all from Chicago to San Francisco, and there's not one of them that's worth a single hair on your head. You've got your heart set on him, haven't you?
Adam is a very fine man. He's honest and kind, and he's been wonderful to Peggy and me. I think he's made me really happy for the first time in my life.
But he likes to keep his hat by the door so he can get out.
Well, don't they all?
Do you love him?
Oh, Lil, that's something personal between Adam and myself.
Laura, you're forgetting I'm your Aunt Lil. I love you. I'm not just a stranger.
I know. But all this talk about marriage, well, don't you see? First, we have to be sure we love one another, and then we'll know what to do.
Oh, that's fine. But what I say is get married first and fall in love later.
Now, you stop that.
Aunt Lil! Aunt Lil! The dolly's beautiful. I love her, Aunt Lil. I love her. Thank you, thank you. It's wonderful.
And now that your fairy godmother's here, everything's going to be wonderful. How about it? Can you spare one?
We gotta do something, Paul. We already lost over a dozen head, and the situation ain't getting no better.
What about that summer range you were talking about? There ought to be some grass up there.
There he is, but there's a lot of critters on it already grazing it, too.
Trouble is, you put too many beeves up there, it gets overgrazed. Takes forever before the grass comes back.
We're gonna have to do something about these down here, Paul. Them that squeak through this summer ain't gonna make it through the winter. Welcome, stranger.
What gives? Looks like a wake.
As a participating member of this ranch, I think you should know that we're about to lose 500 head of steers.
Yeah, they're starting to eat cactus and loco weed.
I know, I was out looking at them last week. Seems to me we just have to unload them. Joe's in Frisco. Why don't we send him a wire and see what price they're paying over there?
Well, no matter what the price, we still don't have any hands to get them there.
What about the Bonner brothers?
I'd just as soon not do business with those two cutthroats.
I don't see how we can avoid it. They're the only drovers working through here this time of year.
Since you used to chase around with them before you came to your senses, you want to talk to them?
Well, if I can find them. I'm going in town tomorrow to pick up Laura and Peggy, take them on that 4th of July picnic. If I can find them, I'll talk to them then.
Say, when are you going to bring that gal of yours around here so I can get a look at her?
Or marry her so you can stick around here where you belong.
All right, that's enough. It's the 3rd time today.
Sorry.
He'll do that.
Yeah.
Now you all know the rules. Twice around the town. Get set. Ready?
We're gonna miss all the fun if we have to wait here all day.
You're quite right, my dear. It's sad but true, and you'll learn one of these days that we have to depend on men most of the time for our fun.
Where's Adam, Mommy?
I don't know, dear. He promised to meet us here. Well, now, where are you going?
Never you mind. I have a pretty good idea where he is, and I've had a lot of experience along those lines. You do, and I'll throw you all in a horse trough in one ugly lump.
I don't know, Adam. See, the trouble is the market price is way down at Railhead, even for good cattle.
I wouldn't worry. You've always come out ahead.
Yeah, but this is different. Now, that's a big herd, over 500 head. Hungry cattle don't drive easy. Well, we'd have to take on extra men.
Sure, the whole deal could wind up costing us money.
That I would like to see. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make it $25 a head. That's as low as we can go. Put it on my tab. All right.
Leo!
If you ain't a sight for sore eyes. When'd you hit Virginia City?
I'm visiting relatives here. Oh, Sam, it's good to see you again.
Do you still sing? Hey, you put on a pound or two here and there, but you're still a lot of woman, Lil.
Hey, take it easy. I'm a lady of means now. I'm Mrs. Lillian Manfred of San Francisco.
So you and the moose finally got hitched. Wonderful.
Yeah, Charlie was killed in a mine accident about 2 weeks after we were married.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lil. That's too bad.
Yeah, sure shook me up. But, well, things aren't all bad. The cave-in exposed a silver shelf as big as that bar of yours.
Oh?
Oh, that's right. Now, I'm seeking Mr. Adam Cartwright. Is he a patron here?
Yeah, sure, Lil. Mrs. Manfred. There he is.
Adam, Laura and Peggy were expecting you at the picnic this afternoon.
I know. I didn't know time had gone by so fast. Look, we'll just take the tickets and the three of you go on ahead, and I'll join you there when I'm finished here. And tell Laura and Peggy that I'm sorry, will you?
Hey, you better run along too, Adam. We don't want to get you in trouble on our account.
It was like Laura Dayton's got a ring in your nose before she even got you hogtied.
Listen, I come here to talk about cattle.
Oh, sure, Adam. Suppose you take us out there and give us a look at them beeves. We'd hate to buy a cow in a poke, so to speak.
was sort of leaving.
That's right, Mommy. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
See, little miss, I've got to go earn that chicken.
Now, there's nothing to cry about, dear. You had a good time with Will, didn't you?
Yes, but Adam promised. Maybe he got hurt or something.
No, I don't think so. And don't you worry. You just close your eyes and go to sleep. And tomorrow will be a lovely new day. Good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
Did you finally give up? Want some twice-baked chicken?
I don't understand it. It's not like Adam. At least he could have sent us a message. That's what makes me so angry.
It's like all of them, believe me. You'll start apologizing, and then you'll start feeling sorry for him. So don't see him. I learned that the hard way. Oh, Adam. Good evening.
Oh, Lil, is Laura in?
No, I'm sorry, but she's retired. I'll tell her you called.
Thank you. Would you give my apologies to her and Peggy about this afternoon? I'm sorry.
Hello, Adam.
I'm sorry, Laura. Some business came up. Couldn't wait.
Well, sometimes promises can't wait either. It was very rude of you to leave us waiting at the hotel. Peggy was bitterly disappointed.
I know. I'll try to make it up to her.
Well, I hope you can.
Yeah. Well. Good night.
Oh, baby. Don't ever let him know you have a temper. Not at this stage of the game. Listen, sweetheart. They always come back, hat in hand, and very contrite. Usually.
Oh, look what that cow's doing in my garden. Shoo! Shoo!
Beat it, you silly, miserable cow. Beat it.
Oh, it's another one of those Cartwright cows.
Well, why don't you get them to repair the damages?
Well, we're supposed to maintain the line fence. I can't fix it, and the hands have been too busy.
And I suppose you wouldn't dream of asking Handsome to come over.
No, I wouldn't. Besides... Oh, it's on the Ponderosa. They're probably trying to open a new spring. Get some fresh water for the cattle.
It's such a hot day, I think I'll go for a little drive and cool off. And I've never been to the Ponderosa, so I might drive by there. Would you like to come along?
No, I wouldn't, but you go right ahead if you like.
I might do that. And I just might do a little fence mending of my own. All these explosions going on, are you sure it's not too dangerous for a lady?
Oh, my boys are doing some dynamiting a few miles back. No, you're perfectly safe here, ma'am.
I'm not too sure. I can hardly believe you're a daddy. I can see now where Adam gets his looks.
Oh, you must be Laura's Aunt Lou from San Francisco.
Yes.
Well, it's your pleasure to meet you, ma'am. I'm sorry we're not better prepared to welcome you.
Oh, nonsense. Between your Adam and my Laura, I feel like a part of the family. Of course, I wouldn't dream of interfering with your work, but being a woman, I'd love to see the Ponderosa, this wonderful place that Laura keeps talking about.
Well, that niece of yours is a lovely young woman. We were very concerned for her when her husband passed away.
Well, as the good book saith, sometimes these things areth for the best.
Yeah, I must have missed that bit of scripture.
I understand your home is quite a showplace, Mr. Cartwright.
Well, it's nothing fancy.
I'd love to see it sometime.
Well, of course. Love to show it to you. Well, perhaps you and Laura could come for dinner tomorrow night.
We just love that. That's a marvelous idea.
Good. I suppose I'm going to be running out of dynamite. I better get this fresh batch to them. I have to get back to work now.
This has been a very rewarding little visit. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Yep.
Sure you will.
We've been waiting for you, Paul. Who was that?
Oh, one of Dan Cupid's henchmen or henchwomen. There was arrows zinging all over the place. I guess Adam was lucky to be out there with you.
Yeah. You know, Adam's been working a whole lot harder since he ain't seeing that gal no more, but he's a whole lot harder to live with, too. I don't know which one's best.
Neither do I, Hoss. Neither do I. You about ready?
Come in like that a few years ago, and I figured I was in for a lecture or a tanning.
Neither one.
Just a little fatherly advice.
Well, maybe I'm meddling where I've no business to be meddling, but... Well, you've been seeing Laura Dayton pretty regularly since her husband died.
Yes, well, that and horse stealing seems to be a very serious crime around here lately.
If you want me to tend my own business, just say so. You don't have to be sarcastic. Now, you can see Laura Dayton as much as you like. I wouldn't blame you for that. If you're not aware of it, people around here are beginning to think of Laura as Adam Cartwright's property. That kind of thinking puts a certain responsibility on you. Even a certain obligation.
Well, now, Laura is free to keep company with whomever she chooses.
Well, would you like to tack that testimonial on the walls of the post office?
A
for all
man
the
is
doubting?
kind to a woman who has suddenly lost her husband and...
Is that what it is? You're just being kind to her?
I don't know. Maybe I am.
You know, when a man's been single as long as you have, Adam, you can't blame him for being a little spooky about marriage. But if you're not sure, absolutely sure, maybe you ought to back out of this. It's better than living a life with the wrong woman. Now, I've said it, and that's the last you're going to hear from me on the subject.
Pop, I'll be right down.
What about the Bonner brothers?
Well, if you want to give those cattle away, they'll be glad to take them off your hands.
Oh, they will they? Well, we'll just sit tight. If they don't come around, we'll drive those cattle down to the coast ourselves. Either that or slaughter them. Why don't we have our coffee in the living room?
Yes, let's. My goodness, I don't know how you men do it.
Huh? What's that?
Set a table like that with all the other men's work you have to do.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Still, it must be a chore after a full day of man's work. And having to do housework, too.
Oh, well, Hopsing does a very good job of that as well as the cooking.
Oh, I know he does. But I bet you miss the little delicacies like pies and cakes that women love to make.
Aunt Lil, Hopsing is also a very fine baker.
I'm sure he is. Oh, Ben, I'm dying to see that stallion you were telling me about.
Now?
Why not? It's bright as day.
Well, of course, if you like.
And Peggy, dear, I'll bet if you're real nice, Horse will show you his egg collection.
Eggs? What eggs, ma'am?
Oh, now, Horse, be honest. I never knew a country boy in my life that didn't have a bird's egg collection.
Ma'am, that was a long time ago.
Hoss, I think if you looked in that old chest in the storeroom, you might find them there.
Along with the butterflies, huh?
Oh, please, Hoss.
Come on, doll.
Well, if you ladies have no objection, I think I'll ride into town. Ben?
Aunt Lil is quite an organizer.
Yes, but a nice organizer. Pa calls her Cupid's henchman. You know,
Adam,
Forget it. Blame it on the weather.
Adam, if I found myself with my handkerchief, will you suggest that we go outside where it's cooler?
Did Aunt Lil say I would?
Mm-hmm.
Would you step outside in the moonlight?
Why, Adam, what a lovely idea.
Remember the other time we took a walk in the moonlight?
I remember you kissed me. I'm afraid I acted rather silly, but, well, it just didn't seem right at the time.
How does it seem now?
Well, I don't know. I haven't any basis for comparison.
Oh.
Oh, Adam, what would I do without you?
You know, I think I've done you an injustice, Laura.
How?
Well, you know how much I've been monopolizing your time lately.
You've been wonderful, Adam.
I haven't given the other fellows too much of a chance.
I haven't minded.
Neither have I, but people begin to assume that I have some sort of an option on your time.
Adam, what are you trying to say?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, well, if you'll have me, I know I'm putting it badly, but I'm asking you to be my wife.
You don't put something badly that you feel. Adam, you don't owe me anything. But thank you for your thoughtfulness and your concern.
Better take this along with you. Probably no call for it, but sometimes they're better than food and water.
Oh, Adam. Can we talk to you a minute? Rick and I talked it over, and we decided that, well, since you folks and us been such good friends for so long, we'll take that hurt off your hands. For $20 a head.
Well, what I said the other day still goes.
All right, you got yourself a deal. We'll make it count, and we'll leave a draft at the bank in town.
All right, one of the boys will give you a hand. When do you plan to move them?
Wednesday.
That's moving day for your lady friend, too, ain't it? Oh, I guess he hadn't heard. Well, she's putting the whole kit and caboodle on the block.
Mommy, can I take my dolls on the stage?
Just one, dear.
Adam,
Lil?
how are you?
Fine, thank you. Afternoon, Laura.
Hello, Adam.
Well, sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll help Peggy pack.
I understand you're planning to sell the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide?
I finally admitted I can't run a ranch by myself. So Aunt Lil invited us to stay with her in San Francisco until I get situated.
I see.
Thank you for stopping by, Adam. It was very neighborly.
Laura, is it because of what happened the other night?
No, not just the other night. Maybe it's time I faced the truth.
Why all the haste? Look, I've been thinking about what happened the other night.
Oh, don't, Adam, please. When it's not there, a lot of thinking and backtracking isn't going to put it there.
Aunt Lil, I want to take the doll you gave me, but I'm afraid the other dolls will be jealous.
Well, that could be a problem. Jealousy isn't good for dolls or people. On the other hand, sometimes it can be real strong medicine.
I understand, Laura.
Thank you, Adam.
You sure there's nothing I can do to help?
Oh, yes, there is. You can come to dinner tonight.
Aunt Lil, we're in no position to entertain now.
Don't you worry about a thing. This is my party. Anyway, we owe Adam a dinner. Let's call it a going-away party. After all, you may never see me again.
Well,
Wonderful. And you bring your cousin Will and be here at 8 o'clock.
Will?
Yes, I'm sorry we don't have room for everyone, but I'm sure we can manage the 4 of us.
I'll ask him. I'm sure he'll be here if he can.
Aunt Lil, will you please stop meddling in my life?
You call it meddling because I invited 6 people to dinner?
6?
Yes, 6, baby, including Peggy and a green-eyed monster.
Wait a minute, that was just the beginning. The stage was still 20 miles outside of El Paso in real wild country.
More coffee, Will. I made some fresh for you.
Well, thank you, Lil. That's the best coffee I ever had in my life.
Laura showed me her secret.
Laura?
Baby?
No.
Oh, Adam, I nearly forgot you. Let me warm yours up for you.
It'll just get cold again.
Now hold it tight this time. I think I've got it. Oh, I know I did wrong. Just once more, Adam, please.
You are a dear.
Well, go on, Will. I'm dying to hear what happened.
Well, as soon as the driver reined in, right then and there, I knew something was wrong. You see, there wasn't any stop schedule for way out there.
Were they bandits?
That's right, Peggy. It was bandits. 5 of the meanest cusses I ever saw in my life.
Are you sure it wasn't 50?
No, just 5.
Weren't you scared, Uncle Will?
Well, I think I was. They look like real cutthroats.
Were you armed?
Well, all I had was a single-shot derringer. Oh, little bitty thing, didn't mean anything. So I thought that discretion would be the better part of valor at the time, and I took my money out, the large denomination bills, that is, and I shoved them under the seat. You know, I just tucked them in there.
Good thinking.
Well, go on. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Me too.
Well, there was this major's wife. She was coming out from Chicago to join her husband. And she had on 2 of the biggest diamond rings you ever saw in your life. So naturally, I told her to hide them, get rid of them fast. Well, the poor girl, she started pulling and twisting and turning, and she just couldn't get the rings off.
What'd you do?
Well, I didn't know what to do. But I realized that if the bandits ever saw those rings, they'd have taken them. Fingers and all. And just as the bandit leader opened the door, I reached over and grabbed the lady's hand. As though I were her husband, you know, comforting her, thereby covering the rings.
Did they ever find the rings?
You know something? They were completely taken in. Why, I must have held that lady's hand and comforted her and everything for 15 minutes, all through the robbery. And as it turned out, for some time thereafter.
Oh, well.
You know, I'll always be grateful for that lady because she had the presence of mind to remove her hands from mine before we got to the garrison. Because, well, if her husband, the major, ever found us like that, I think we'd have been better off with the bandits.
Well, if I can have my hand back now, I think I'd better get Peggy ready for bed.
Adam, can you give me a hand?
I'm surprised an ingenious fellow like you couldn't figure out a way to handle this all by himself. Making yourself pretty handy these days, aren't you, hmm?
Just helping Laura get her things ready to ship to San Francisco.
I'd have asked for your help too, Adam, but I knew you were still busy with your cattle sale.
I see.
Did the Bonner boys move them out yet?
Well, I don't know if they can even move themselves. They've spent the entire morning over there in the saloon.
Well, it's not your worry anymore.
I'll see you before you go. I have a little something for Peggy.
She'll want to say goodbye, but we won't leave for a few days, so you'll have time.
Bye.
A lot of men would give their right arm to have you look after them like that. If I've ever seen the picture of a jealous man, that's it. Your plan worked.
Well, what do you mean? What plan?
Oh, I know what you and Aunt Lil were up to 5 minutes after I got to your place. That's why I embellished the story of that holdup.
Oh, well, we enjoyed your story.
And I enjoyed helping out. Although the fact of the matter is, the only other passenger on that stage was a salesman from back east.
Oh, Will, I am sorry.
Oh, don't apologize. I enjoyed telling it. All of it.
Well, so did I. I mean, we all did.
Except Adam.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to go to the bank. I'll only be a few minutes.
Jeff, are you sure this stuff's good for the heat?
Sure, it's better than wind off a snowbank. Besides, we're getting medicated in advance in case we get snake bit on the trail.
Well, if I were you, I would stop worrying about the snakes and start worrying about the herd.
Well, now, you don't have to worry your head about our cattle, Adam.
He's got troubles of his own. Well, that good-looking Will Cartwright rustling his sweetie.
One more word, and neither one of you is going to move that herd.
Oh, come on, Adam. You ought to be glad you got the ring out of your nose.
Adam, cool off. Why don't you two boys get going?
Ah, shit. Come on, Rick. Whiskey's watered anyhow.
You watch now. With that many whiskeys in them, they'll go riding out of here like a couple of Comanches on a warpath.
Well, it wasn't our fault. She ought to be standing here in the street like that. Hey!
Baby!
You get on those horses and walk out of here. And if that girl's really hurt, you start running, because I'll be coming.
Adam, that poor baby. Oh. Thank you.
She'll be all right. Outside of a few scratches, a slight concussion seems to be the full extent of her injuries.
Thank the good Lord.
Yes, she's a lucky girl. But a few days rest and she'll be back to normal.
May I see her?
I don't know why not, Adam.
Thanks.
Yes, a very lucky girl.
Doctor says you're going to be all right.
Yes. Adam, I'm sorry I gave everyone such a fright.
Well, now that I know you're all right, maybe it's just as well that it happened.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Well, while I was waiting out there for the doctor to tell us whether or not you were seriously hurt, I realized what it would be like if you went away. And then I realized that I need you very much. I don't want you to go away. I want you to marry me.
Oh, Adam.
Well, your recovery seems very complete, Laura.
Yes. Aunt Lil, Adam and I are going to be married.
Not until you've had that rest I prescribed, young lady. Adam, she's your responsibility now, so take her home right away. But drive slowly. She can't take any more bumps just now.
I'll get the rig, and I promise no more bumps.
I'll look in on you tomorrow, Laura. Oh, and congratulations.
Thank you, Doctor.
Well, you won't be needing me anymore, so I guess I'll move along.
Thank you, Will, for everything.
It worked, didn't it?
Aunt Lil, what worked?
My pressure game. He proposed, didn't he?
I suppose you even arranged for the Bonner brothers to run me down in the street.
Oh, no. Using Will to make Adam jealous, that's what did the trick. All you have to do is get the right bait in the trap. That's rule number 1.
Well, that's the trouble with traps. The bait always gets hurt.
Your carriage awaits.
I can walk, Adam.
All right, but not alone.
We set the trap all right, but I wonder if we caught the right man.